Hey, it's Earthquake. How y'all doing? Won't be long. I got a conference call to do. We're going to have people all over the country tonight in a few minutes on the line. But I just wanted to show you a picture of the love of Mr. Doubt's life before I go. Mrs. Doubt, I present you to the world. Hey, this is Mrs. Doubt. Of course, Mr. Doubt says, well, Brother Kelly, brother. Brother Kelly, that's my wife. Ain't she beautiful, Brother Kelly? Yes, that's my wife, Brother Kelly. I just love her. Well, that's nice, Mr. Doubt. Mr. Doubt, I'm so happy that you're happy with your bride. So you wanted everybody to see your lovely, beautiful wife. So there she is. There's Pollard. How you doing? Well, Brother Kelly, I just want you to know that you showing my beautiful wife there, Camus Shabazz. How you doing? Someone says she's Mr. Doubt. Someone says she's lovely. Well, thank you, Mr. Kelly. We've been married now 43 years, Mr. Kelly. That's great, Mr. Doubt. Wow, that's great. Well, okay. I'm going to show another picture. This one is another one I'm working on. You know, now, Mr. Doubt. Yes, Mr. Kelly. I know she got the. I didn't even think. I didn't even think about that part. Mr. Doubt seems to love the hips. Oh, you got that right, Mr. Kelly. Well, Mr. Kelly, that's right down my alley, Mr. Kelly. So now it's another thing we're dealing with. Thank you, Miss Doubt. You're welcome, Mr. Kelly. You're welcome. Okay, another thing we're going to be dealing with is I can turn this around again. There we go. Yeah, we're going to be dealing with praise singers. You know, the praise singers in the church, that the outfits are getting smaller and smaller, and it's getting more like the club, y'all. Yeah, getting the outfits are getting smaller and higher and higher and higher. And hey, Carolyn, how you doing? Same to you. How'd you like Miss Doubt there, Carolyn? How'd you like her? So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the praise singers. They're oh, thank you. The praise singers or outfits are getting a lot smaller, shorter. So I was looking at one time. I was watching this particular ministry. Thank you, Carolyn. This particular ministry, and it's one particular lady. I'll just let you see her face here. Not trying to offend or anything. There's Miss Doubt. Okay, Miss Doubt and what have you. And somebody says she got them sudden hips. Mr. saying, well, Mr. Kelly, that's my wife you're talking about, her hips there. I don't appreciate you talking about my wife's hips, Mr. Kelly. Mr. Doubt, I ain't after your wife's hips. Come on, man. We just showing a cartoon. Okay, I covered them up. Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Thank you so much. Appreciate you that. Thank you. Anyway, so this other particular case is a praise singer. I actually saw this. I actually saw there was a girl singing, Miss Doubt, you know what I'm telling the truth, don't you? And her outfit, I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but this was her outfit, singing in front of the church. Yeah, just like this. This was her outfit. I didn't believe it. I said, hold on. And this is the day. This is the day that the Lord hath made. I saw it, Carolyn. I saw it with my own eyes. And she was singing. Yeah, I saw it. I thought I was looking at a nightclub. And just this is the day. This is the day that the Lord. I will rejoice and be glad in it. I said, hold on a second, sis. What y'all doing? What happened? What happened to the modest apparel and everything? What happened? You know, back in the day when my nightclub days and stuff, and I saw a girl walk past like that, I'd be saying, your feet got to be hurting. Girl, your feet got to be hurting. Why is that? Because you've been walking through my mind all day long. Oh, some of y'all get that when you get home. But here they got to be dressed up in modern apparel. Well, at least look at Miss Doubt. At least Miss Doubt, she's pretty well decked out. Pepe Le Pew. Miss Doubt, at least. Mr. Kelly, I don't appreciate you talking about my wife. I'm saying nice stuff about your wife, Mr. Doubt. She's very well dressed. Very well, okay? Well, thank you, Mr. Kelly. Right, but how did we get to this point? How did we get to this point? What happened? That we get to this point that, what happened? Now, we're not talking about, first timers come to church. First time, that's all, hey, that's all you got. Cool, come on. But you sing in front of people, and you've been in the church since 1970, and faithful member and all that, and you've been here a long time. And so, how did this happen to the church? How did it happen? I'll tell you how it happened. It's called the spirit of Urzule. Urzule. Anybody familiar with Urzule? Anyone know anything about Island? Anybody know anything about voodoo, Santeria, Obia, and different things like that? The spirit of Urzule. I need to teach that too. The spirit of Urzule. Look it up. Erzule. New Orleans or Urzule. Okay, you're missing a letter between the L and the E. It's an I. There you go. Now look that up, and you will see Urzule is called the queen of all sexual perversion. Yeah. Queen of all sexual perversion. Yeah, this what causes the spirit of nakedness and lewdness to come into the church. Miss Doubt, you ain't for that, are you? I didn't think so. Mr. Kelly, stop asking my wife questions like that. All right, Miss Doubt, I don't mean no harm to you. But Urzule, look it up in Wikipedia. You'll see what's happening. This is the queen of all sexual perversion. The queen of all sexual perversion looks for an opportunity to show off in front of God and using his creation to mock him, to mock God, to put half-dressed, half-clad, sexually motivated individuals in front of God's people on Sunday morning, dressing like wedding night, like it's their wedding night. I know we're the bride of Christ, but no. Uh-uh. And so when I heard that, I couldn't believe. I was hurt to my heart when I saw that. I saw it. I'm like, and this ain't the first time I've seen it, and churches are getting necketer and necketer because it's a driven spirit called Urzule. Look it up when you get a chance. It's the queen of all sexual perversion. Very big in Louisiana. If you were down in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, or something like that, they have Urzule shops down there. Urzule shops where you put sexual curses on men to drive a man crazy to where he cannot resist you. You put a spell on him. I'm talking about Christian men. I'm talking about men who are not Christians, and they go to these Urzule shops and they put spells on men. So if a church is not built around any sexual perversion, I'll say this so people understand. It's very loving as I possibly can. The spirit of Urzule is behind it. Anybody in witchcraft knows that. Okay. Most people that's in witchcraft, which I came out of, do not partake in certain things because they don't want to be controlled by it. They want to control the spirit and send these spirits out to control other people, but they don't want to be controlled by Urzule. They'll send Urzule to other people. They'll do certain things like that, but they don't want to be controlled by it. They know about it. They know about all those things, but they don't want to be controlled by it. Paul says, all things are legal to him, all things are expedient, but he won't be controlled by anything except the Holy Spirit. Urzule is a spirit that controls people that have to do a lot with witchcraft. No, no, it won't affect you if you speak his name. It'll affect you if you ask it to come in, you participate, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be afraid of that. God hasn't given us a spirit of fear. And Jesus said, you come out, you deaf and dumb spirit. By him saying deaf and dumb, the spirit didn't jump on Jesus and he went down the street deaf and dumb. No. It doesn't work like that unless you allow it or ask it to come in. You grant it permission to do that, then it'll come in. But don't be afraid of that. No, you rebuke it. And then sometimes people will, let me show you another thing, the trick that the devil does. Okay, so you all will know this too. I'm putting it out there. That people say, well, if it's not in the Bible, I'm not going to believe it. Okay, I got one for you. Let me get some more paper here. Let me get some more paper. Matter of fact, hold on a second, because I got to get to this conference call in about 5 minutes. Let me show you something. All right. See what I have here? Watch this now. The enemy try to trick people. Not in the Bible, Brother Kelly. I'm not going to believe it. All right. It's not in the Bible. You won't believe it. Okay. Well, don't let the enemy trick you about stuff that's real. Just because you don't see it necessarily in the scriptures don't mean it's not real. Okay? Don't mean it don't exist. That can beat you down to the ground with the quickness. My people destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. This dictionary, the English language, it gives you knowledge of stuff. It didn't say wisdom. It said lack of knowledge. That's what God said. All right, let's look at some things here. All right, let's look at some things here. Just a couple of words here that say if it's not in the Bible, I won't believe it. There's some things here. Let's see. Let's see if it's in there or not. Okay, let's look at this word ingress. Egress. Is egress in the Bible? I don't know. I really don't. But I don't think so. It says, Egress means the act of going out or emergence, the path or opening by means of which one goes out to exit. Okay? It's not in the Bible, but it yet exists. And you can be dealing with something that's going and coming and going and coming, egressing you, going and coming, but because you don't see it by its name in the Bible, and Jesus said, my people is destroyed for lack of knowledge, and something could be egressing you right now and you don't know it, so therefore you don't believe because it's not in the Bible. But it's not something against the Bible. This is knowledge and wisdom that can be attacking you, hitting you on all sides, but because you don't see egress in the Bible, that means you ain't going to believe there's such a thing. Come on, y'all. Come on. This dictionary is, my people destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. Yeah. See? So many things, and so many things on this planet that can do you some damage that you need to know about, that we need to know about. But because it's not in the Bible, by name, but character is on this planet, walking around on this planet. Case in point, we live between two motorcycle gangs. The Hells Angels on one side, and then you got the other guys on the other side. Okay? We see every now and then you'll see probably 1,000 motorcycles go by. Blah, 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 blah. You do not see motorcycle nor Hell's Angel in the Bible. They're not in there. But they exist. And go to over there and knock their motorcycles over and cause a chain reaction. About 500 motorcycles fall over to the ground. See what happened to you. Call me up and see what happened to you. Well, they're not in the Bible, so therefore, come on, go, by mistake. Don't do it on purpose, please. Don't earthquake tell you. Oh, no. By mistake, you go to 7-Eleven and you come out of there and knock over one of their motorcycles and cause all 500 of them to fall over. Before you can catch one, you got about 5 of them falling over. And they say, well, it's not in the Bible. What do I got to worry about it for? And then all of a sudden, this guy 6'7", grabbing you up, and they twisting you in so many different directions, you don't even know which way to go. My people destroy for lack of knowledge. Just because it's not in the Bible don't mean it doesn't exist. I was down in Memphis, Tennessee, or Nashville down there teaching, and I went to the restaurant. Some of these guys, trying to be wise guys, they're college students, about 10 of them, they found me in the restaurant, and they said, we heard you preaching was very nice, but some of that stuff he was talking about, we don't believe because we can't find it in the Bible. So you can't find it. I don't mean it's not real. I saw Space Shuttle wasn't in the Bible, but in 1985, about 7 people died in it. You couldn't tell the people that the thing wasn't real, and I saw it myself live on TV watching, and one part of the rocket went to the left, the other part went to the right, and they fell into the sea, and they couldn't even find all their bodies. But the enemy would tell people, oh, for none in the Bible, don't believe it, don't believe it, don't believe it. And here the dictionary got all of these things in the Bible. I mean, in the dictionary, that you don't have to know all of these things in the dictionary. I don't think nobody's that smart to know every word in the dictionary from A to Z. But there's things in there that we should know of. That's a trick of the enemy, telling you that these things. Case in point, another one. Well, it's not in the Bible. I don't need no parachute because it's not in the Bible. Huh? An apparatus used to retard. Come on, y'all. Free fall from an aircraft. See that? The canopy attached by, what is that? Connectically arranged cords to a harness and worn storage fold under deployed in descent. So you don't believe in a parachute, which even got pictures of a parachute right here. You don't believe in it. You are a Christian soldier in the Air Force and paratrooper, but you tell your commanding officer Well, Mr. Commanding Officer, let me tell you something. My father's name is Mr. Doubt. Yeah. So therefore, we don't believe in parachutes in our family. That's my mom. Isn't she beautiful? So your commanding officer is going to say, oh, well, we believe in them. No, I'm going to jump because it's not in the Bible. So therefore, I'm going to jump, not worrying about it. Man, you know you 3,500 feet above the ground. Well, yeah, I know that, but still, it's not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible, so I'm not going to believe it. See how the enemy gets people? So he jump his happy self out of the side of that plane. There he goes. The other guy's on him. They say, I'm going to use my parachute. Now, he jumping out. He's so holy, he can't believe in the parachute. His commanding officer jump out. He got his parachute. Their homie, lieutenants and stuff, they jump out. But because he didn't see that in the Psalms nowhere, he jump out the airplane because he didn't see it in the Bible and break his neck, back, spleen, ribs, if he survives. If he survives. So, you must have wisdom and have knowledge and understanding. And the Bible said also, it says, study to show yourself approved, a workman to God, need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Even Jesus used parables, natural situations. He used natural things to bring out spiritual truth. Joe did. Look in the Gospels. He sure did. So don't let the enemy tell you just because you don't see something in the Bible. Don't go over there and knock over them Hell's Angels motorcycles, because I guarantee you may not. You may run, try to run, but when they pick them motorcycles up, believe you me, when they pick them motorcycles up, they're gonna have a good talking to you. Oh, I'm preaching real good now. You're gonna have a real good talking. Don't the enemy get you crazy, and those guys tried to embarrass me there in Nashville. I was there having dinner and minding my own business, and they surrounded me and tried to make me embarrassed. I said, no, you cannot embarrass me. My job is to get people to understand what the Word of God says. That's what that job is. And when I do that, when I stand before God one day and He says, well done, thou good and faithful servant, I'm going to say, thank you, Lord. I did everything you said do. Under direct attack of 50% of the church didn't want to hear what I had to say, but I did it anyway. Because I want to get to people who are this hellbound. Don't want to get to people who are hellbound. And half the time I got to fight past so-called church folks. Got to get past them to get to the hellbound people. Yeah. I was denied preaching there in some parts of the Midwest 3 weeks ago. They didn't want me to come to this church, they said, because what I teach will scare the people. So they have smog machines and they have laser light shows in the church. All of these different things for seeker-friendly things. And they said, you don't want an earthquake in there because we'll scare the people. Man, you're going to stand before God one day with all that laser stuff. Smog and turning the lights out. Why do you turn the lights out in the church for? What's that supposed to mean? It's pitch black in the church. Pitch black. You wouldn't turn them lights out in my neighborhood when I was growing up. You wouldn't turn them lights out when I was growing up. I guarantee you wouldn't do it no more. So why are we turning out? You don't know who's in that church? You don't know who's in that church building. You turn them lights off. You don't know what kind of thief or robber or raper pull your children. You know, I've been so many little boys and little girls raped in church. And you turning off the lights? Maybe better keep them lights on. The Bible says men love darkness because their deeds are evil. Oh, I'm preaching real good now. Turn the lights off for it. That's not intimate. It's real intimate. My God. Come on, y'all. You got this going on. You got the lights turned down. You got the people saying if it's not in the Bible, I'm not going to believe it. But these things are real. You're turning them off. And I come from darkness. I was a sorcerer. I don't want nothing to do with no dark, with no church. I don't want nothing to be dark up in no church, and I come out of witchcraft. What you doing? You let me know when you turning it off, and I'll wait till y'all turn the lights back on so I can see. I don't trust nobody halfway as it is. I sure don't want to be sitting up in no dark room with nobody trying to sing the This Is the Day. No, that's not the day. That's the night. This is the day. No, that's the night. This is the day. No, sis, that's the night. That's the night. Ain't the day. That's the night. You turning them lights off. Ain't somebody trying to pray and you don't even know. I recorded a guy who was stealing people's money when the lights was off. Caught him. Caught him. Caught him. And I know some of y'all get upset when I'm saying this, but it's the truth. This is a days. We don't need to be doing all these kind of things, dressing up. I'm not talking about you ain't supposed to fix your hair and look pretty, stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we're getting too worldly in this spot here now. Too worldly. Here's another word. Helium is not in the Bible, but it's real. A colorless, odorless, tasteless, inert gas, elements used to inflate and so provide lift for balloons. You got balloons at parties. You can blow your breath in there all day long and they're not going to rise because your breath doesn't have any helium in it. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to believe in helium, Brother Kelly, because I don't see it in the first chapter of Nehemiah. Well, you know what? Neither do I, but I know it exists. So there's a lot of spirits. There's a lot of evil spirits that may not be all mentioned in the Bible, but they are still on this planet. They still exist, and you need to know about them so you can fight the good fight. Yes, you need to know what you're fighting against. Jesus said, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And a lot of these things are in the dictionary that you're fighting against. A lot of these spirits are in the dictionary. In the dictionary. In the dictionary. By name. In the dictionary. Beating the daylights out of God's people. But yet and still, well, I didn't see it in the Bible. Yet and still, not studying, don't know the word, afraid to launch out into the deep. And these things are not afraid. They ain't afraid of you. They know who God has and who he doesn't have that's righteous. And beat us down? No, I don't like a beat down. I've never had like being beat down and stuff. I don't like it. Case in point. See that? Spirit. That's an evil spirit. That's in the Bible. That's in the dictionary. A lot of things in the dictionary that's been there, that the Hindus and all these other cultures and religions and stuff service these things, but yet the body of Christ doesn't know about it, and so they suffer from lack of knowledge. And Apostle Paul, bless his heart, he says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, principalities against powers, rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, plus the devil, plus him too, on top of that. All of those things, are different categories. That's why we have to know stuff. Yeah. Devoid. Not in the Bible necessarily. Might be. I can look it up. Completely lacking, destitute, empty, without. We travel all over this country and we find so many of God's people dealing with this word right here. Is it in the Bible necessarily? I don't know. I'm looking at the concordance. But I guarantee it's affecting God's people. Be a spirit behind it or not. Either way it goes, there's a lot of people missing out. The devil told him it's not in the Bible, don't believe it. And you're suffering with diabetes and cancer and lupus and you don't see diabetes in the Bible? Show me where it's found. Where's diabetes in the Bible? But you go to the Kaiser Hospital out here in California and see how many people is in there. Half of them are in the church. Pancreas is falling apart. Yeah. My heart goes out for people when they want to not know stuff. I was taught this stuff when I was 5 or 6 years old. The stuff I'm teaching now is kindergarten stuff and witchcraft. That's kindergarten stuff I'm teaching. And the people don't even want that. Don't even want that. I'm giving out kindergarten stuff on a witch's level. This stuff. All of these things in here. All of these things in here are coming against us, and yet and still people don't know. The stuff I'm teaching the most of the time is kindergarten stuff I learned when I was 5 and 6 years old when I was a sorcerer. Baby stuff. And the church don't even know it. Don't even know how to fight back. And then there's bull-legged devil nasty stuff. Talking about, well, it's not in the Bible, don't believe it. And you got a million words here in this dictionary, and half of them can come against you. Wake up time, y'all. Open your eyes. Study. Learn everything you can to protect you and your family and your business and your church. You don't come to church looking like that. I'm preaching real good. I can't get no amen out there nowhere. What is the truth? You missed out knows that. Don't you missed out? I sure do, Earthquake. You're preaching good. Thank you, Miss Doubt. Miss Doubt, no. You've got to learn these things. Learn how to fight the battle. And witches taught me early. I was so powerful when I was a kid. And half the stuff that the church is suffering is stuff that can be learned, y'all. It can be learned. It can be learned. Hallelujah. Most people not devoted. They're not. They're not devoted to studying and praying. Devote. What does it say? To give or fight. Teaching real good to somebody. Yeah. These things are real. That's why I preach so hard. That's why I teach hard. I know what's there. And people fight and attack. Suppose God really did send me. Suppose he did. And so you're fighting and attacking, like it says in the book of Acts. Supposing man really is of God. And you fighting and attacking him. Are you fighting against attacking him? Information he's given? Or we might be fighting against God. Beat me down to the ground. I'm still going to get up and say what God tell me to say. So when stuff start hitting and start happening, and it will, that you'll know how to fight. There be something and I'm preaching and teaching, and God takes me home. He said, okay, Earthquake, okay, I'm taking you out of here. And then when the door opens to hell, and all these spirits come out, start walking around, give you, like they come in, they're coming. These things are coming. And then now I'm gone. He took me home. I'm enjoying them up there with my son and my mom, with Jesus. I said, God, I did everything you told me to do. I'm up there with Jesus. But the information that I know went with me, because I wasn't able to give it because church people fight me nail and foot. They scratch and bite and they fight me. And a lot of them, not y'all, I'm not talking about y'all that's listening, that's good people. I'm talking about people that don't want to hear it, and I don't want. And then now that now he take me home, I'm gone. I took the information with me. I took it. I'm gonna take it with me if God takes me at that point, and I don't give it down here, and I'm trying to give it, but there's no place to release it to. And when he takes me home, that stuff that's in my head is going with me. You can bang on my chest all you want at the cemetery. I'm gonna tell you, No, I'm with Jesus. Don't bother me. Nope, I left enough down here. Whoever want to hear it, hear it. But then there is a remnant. There is a remnant. There is a remnant who are tired of these detestable things. Tired of them, and they want to learn. Want to learn how do I fight these things? How do I fight them? What are those levels Apostle Paul was talking about? Is the church now getting more nectar? What's all this stuff happening? Why is it going on when they're wearing nightgowns and stuff to 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 church services and pump shoes on with little red bows on top of them that excite a person's sexual movements and stuff while they're in the pews? What is this about here? It's Erzule. Erzule. Spirit of perversion is taking over the church. It's a spirit of perversion that's taking over the church. Yeah, I've seen that. When I was in Haiti about 20 years ago, I was in Haiti. And that spirit came and it stood at the foot of my bed. About 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and that spirit stood there and God said, don't be afraid of it. I want you to see the actual spirit of sexual perversion that operates out of here in Haiti and Louisiana and New Orleans and Baton Rouge. And believe you me, for a while I was scared, and then next thing I know, God sent an angel with a flaming sword, and that spirit ran into the closet, got in the fetal position, and the sun came up and it went back down them steps of hell. I'd rather know everything I can know to fight my enemy than be ignorant and try to fight him on a wing in a prayer. No, 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 no. That's why a lot of people get divorced. That's why a lot of people are bankrupt. That's why a lot of people are in wheelchairs. That's why a lot of people are blind. That's why a lot of people backslide in this new doctrine of demons talking about there's no such thing as backslide no more. Do what you want to do. That's doctrine of demons. Excessive grace and all this old kind of stuff about we're under grace and I can sin all I want. You can't tell a person like that to me, that kind of stuff, because I used to be a sorcerer. So I can practice. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Look, I can practice half a sorcery now. It's okay. I can go back. Oh, just like David went up against Goliath. He didn't go halfway against Goliath. He knocked his head off. I'm preaching real good. Yeah, the truth. We gotta know how to fight the enemy. Know how to fight him. Half the people that give me calls around the world, from South Africa to Japan to Guam to the Netherlands, all over the world, half of them don't know how to fight the enemy. All over this planet. Come on, y'all. It's time for us to learn now. It's time to learn how to fight. Oh, I'm preaching real good to somebody. Amen. For real. I'm learning that stuff, what the enemy was about when I was a child. And most Christians don't even know what I knew as a child in witchcraft. They don't even know. They don't even know what the empty years are. They don't even know what when you have sex outside of marriage and how many demons get in your bloodstream. And it says so in the book of Ezekiel, the 16th chapter, that every time you have sex with somebody you're not married to, your blood becomes polluted with some of the most hideous, horrible, demonic creatures known on this planet. But most people don't even know that. So you want to come to church like this? We come to church like this, and God saying you polluted in your own blood, and they can tell you polluted in your own blood, and the proof is in the pudding because you come into church like this. So therefore, you're already polluted. That's why I teach the way I do. I ain't looking for no friends. I'm not looking for no fans. I'm not preaching for no money, because y'all very seldom hear me ask for a penny. It ain't about none of those things. It's about learning. I'm teaching the body of Christ so they can learn how to fight the enemy. That's my job. And I'm going to do it till he said, come on, earthquake, come on. That's why I do what I do. Amen. That's what I do, and that's why I do it. Like I said, I'm going to continue to do it because I'm personally tired of seeing Christians with no knowledge. None. 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 I stay on the phone 7 days a week, y'all. 7 days a week helping Christians. And I don't mind. That's what I do. That's what he called me to do. 7 days a week helping Christians. And I don't mind, not complaining. But it's time for people to learn now. All right. Best to you. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.